All right, welcome back to Fleckus Talks the Podcast, episode 319. Today on the show, the boomers are unhinged in Minnesota as protests continue. We're going to explain what's going on there. Then we have an insane firsthand account of the weapons that America used last week to capture Maduro. You're not going to want to miss that. Then in Cringe of the Week, we have a melting pot twink that thinks life is a reality TV show. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, we have some random attacks you didn't hear about because the perpetrators were black. All this and more, it's Fleckus Talks the Podcast, episode 319, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleckus Talks the Podcast featuring Richard Bradboy.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, Valentine's Day is coming, and our friends over at Undertack want to make sure you are prepared. This is one of those holidays where the right gear matters, and let's be honest, it's not about chocolate, it's not about flowers, it's about what you have on when things get a little less formal. That's where Undertack comes in. Premium tactical underwear designed for and tested by real special forces guys operating in Africa. They're insanely comfortable, breathable, naturally antibacterial, and built to perform when things heat up or go sideways. They even have a hidden escape and evasion pocket, perfect for cash, a spare handcuff key, or whatever you might need to carry. Right now, you can get 20% off site-wide. Go to undertack.com and use code FLECKUS20 at checkout. And it's not just underwear. They've got American-made socks, EDC tees, hoodies, joggers, and a women's line, all built for comfort, durability, and for people who don't want to shop from brands that hate them. Go to undertack.com, that's undertac.com, and use code FLECKUS20 at checkout for 20% off site-wide. Start Valentine's Day off the right way, and did even better. Thank you to Undertack for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Undertack for sponsoring.
Thank you, Undertack.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hope everyone had a nice weekend.
I did.
Watched some football.
Yeah, I became a bit of a sports cuck this weekend.
Yeah?
Fell into the distraction, but I enjoyed it. I'm a Bears fan, so you know what happened there.
Yeah, we all know what happened there. Well, we have a lot of stuff to get to. We have a pretty packed show. It's going to be stacked in housekeeping, normal to lighter cringe, normal to lighter urban, and uplifting's uplifting.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the main theme of this episode is white women went crazy this weekend, and the older they get, maybe the crazier they get.
Yeah, especially the boomers. And I even saw it myself. I was like driving around random Pinellas County, Florida, and there's like 3 boomers on a corner with signs about ICE. And then you drive a few miles, there's 2 boomers on a corner with signs about ICE. It's like, well, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, they're busy. That's how they stay busy.
Yeah.
I got to get my steps in. I got to stand up to fascism.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 3 boomers who like normally would meet in a diner, but instead they're meeting on the corner.
And they're standing up to fascism. And it's like, if fascism came, is this going to defeat it?
Boomer steps in front of the tank.
Can't do fascism here. There's some boomers that already got to it. All right, well, let's get right into the show. I wanted to start off with a Dan Bongino tweet. We all know Dan Bongino is no longer with the FBI. He is returning to his podcast. And then he tweeted this, which I was a little suspicious of.
Yeah, he said, do you know what, quote, time it is? It's time to kick these grifting bums to the curb and take our movement back. American flag emoji. Former deputy director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, tweeted that.
Yeah. So I have a bad feeling he's going to restart his podcast after getting nothing done when he was the head of the FBI. And he's going to start gatekeeping the MAGA movement.
Okay.
And I think he's going to start gatekeeping and try to keep the Tucker Fuentes types out while claiming like the Lindsey Graham, Ben Shapiro side is true MAGA. And it seems problematic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of dark, too, because you go to the FBI, you don't do anything, and then you come out, and now your job is to start rooting out the actual America First people.
From behind a mic. Yeah.
Like, you were in the FBI.
Yeah, you had it.
We got to get these guys. We got to tackle the deep state. You were in the FBI. It didn't happen. and now you're going to come out and tell us who shouldn't be in the MAGA movement and all the people you're referring to are actually America First. Little problematic.
Yeah, and Dan Bongino, I formerly liked the guy in general. I don't know what happened during his time at the FBI, if he couldn't get enough done, if all he ran into was bureaucratic like walls. But if his podcast comes, it hasn't come back yet, right?
Nope, I think next month.
So when it comes back, he has to do, here's what happened. And then that here's what happened has to be believable to the audience. You know what I mean? You need to explain what went down. You retired after 1 year. You're attacking some, and people on the right have disagreements. But you need to tell us what was going on, right? It's not like the other way around where you kind of can be vague and whatever. You almost have to get very specific.
You have to go, I got these confidential documents.
Yeah,
they don't
I
even
stuck them out on my last day.
They don't even know I have these guys. So that's a little frustrating. Hopefully it's not what it is, but it seems like a gatekeeper text, a gatekeeper tweet right there.
For sure.
All right, next is the story I mentioned in the intro. When we went into Venezuela to get Maduro, we kind of heard accounts of what happened and what weapons were used, but we have this firsthand account from one of Maduro's security guys, and it was a lot more intense than I realized.
Yeah, so it starts with a security guard. On the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Interviewer: so what happened next? How was the main attack? Security guard: after those drones appeared, some helicopters arrived, but there were very few. I think barely 8 helicopters. From those helicopters, soldiers came down, but a very small number, maybe 20 men. But those men were technologically very advanced. They didn't look anything like we fought against before. And then the battle begun, the interviewer says. And the guard says, yes, but it was a massacre. We were hundreds, but we had no chance. They were shooting with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. We couldn't do anything. Interviewer: and your own weapons? Didn't they help? And the security guard says, no help at all, because it wasn't just the weapons. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. Interviewer: and your comrades, did they manage to resist? Security guard says, no, not at all. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear I've never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was. So do you think the rest of the region should think twice before confronting the Americans? Security guard says, without a doubt, I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with. And that's basically it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that we have some crazy technological weapons that like melt your brain and make you go crazy and bleed out of all your orifices.
I don't think they make you go crazy, but they do stun you into submission. And then our operators come in with shit you've never seen, wearing helmets like the Halo guy, coming in and melting people.
How about the interview? Did that help? No, not at all. Not at all.
And this is like something that's going around the internet. Other people have reported on it, so we think it's legit, but it kind of reads like oh my God, we got smoked, like post-game for the worst blowout you've ever seen interview.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And I'm happy we are using these on Venezuela and not, having Tim Waltz and Kamala use them on us.
So true. So true.
Imagine Hillary Clinton won. Oh. We'd be like,
can we use this on our own people? And where's my hot sauce?
We need to use it to fight fascism.
Yeah.
And that's us.
I know. But yeah, it's cool. And, it's just a friendly reminder. I think it was Palmer Luckey, the guy who founded Anduril, who was on Joe Rogan's show showing him that multimedia helmet where it integrates drones, where it traces someone. So now you're seeing him through a VR screen, even though he's behind the bus because the drone can see him. So we're on some sick shit, and we always don't necessarily know exactly how much sick shit we have. Yeah. We just know the defense budget, and then you got to assume there's some pretty cool shit at the end there.
Yeah, and I watched some hearing, and they were talking about that weapon, and they said to the guy who was being questioned, have you ever seen this weapon in person? And he goes, no, I've only seen it in 1997.
What?
and it was like much bigger, but now it's all compact and mobile. So it's like we've had this weird stuff for a while, it sounds like.
All right, cool.
And then there's a meme to close this section out.
Yeah, our enemies will fear us not because they know what we can do, but because they don't. Yeah.
That's spooky.
Pretty sick shit, yeah. Yeah, there is, like, if you're the target of another government, even like a lesser government, you know, Russia or somebody who can do lesser ops, like, you're going to get melted pretty much. But it's fascinating to see how bad of a melting it was for the Venezuelans, right?
Yeah, and it was all in Spanish.
And then apparently Maduro, yeah, it was all in Spanish. Apparently Maduro kept a lot of Cubans around him. I know we didn't really mention that last time, but it's like, hey, my Cuban boys, you're loyal to me, right? And it's like, yes, sir, we guard you safely. And then getting fucking movie Willem Dafoe absolutely slaughtered. Poor guys. So I would not want to mess with us either.
Yeah, that's a good point. Poor guys. God rest their souls.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we killed hundreds of them. I know we didn't die and we didn't lose any equipment. I didn't know we were just mowing everyone down.
That might have been an overestimation. I heard 80 in the immediate aftermath of the raid, but you know, time will tell. Not great record keepers down there.
Did your weapons help? Not at all.
Believe it or not, zero.
The old AK.
I was writhing in pain on the ground watching my friends get massacred. When I thought to myself, should we mess with the U.S.? That's why it kind of reads like almost a propaganda piece. Yeah. That's why I'm hesitant.
Our Serbian AK-47s did nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't land one shot. All right, let's get to our Minnesota section. This is the big section of the day. This is the big story of the week or the last few weeks. Obviously, they're still protesting, and a lot of dumb liberals, especially dumb liberal women, and on top of that, especially dumb liberal boomer women. Yeah. Those are the worst offenders that we've seen. They're very unhinged. We're going to start with this clip of some of the unhinged people. This woman is explaining why the ICE agent shot that woman last week.
He shot her because she was queer. He shot her because she was queer. You can see so clearly. I didn't think that it was like that before, but when you see the footage, he shot her because she was queer. And you
real nasty.
Yeah.
And I thought he shot her because he was a cop who got ran over in the past, and he was about to get ran over again, and that's what you do. Apparently, he hates lesbians.
Yeah, he saw something in the rearview mirror. He saw a reflection of maybe a trans or a lesbian flag, and he just opened up fire on it.
Randomly.
That's it. According to a libtard, right?
Yeah.
And then that same libtard probably has like some sort of view where the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, he's from a MAGA family. So, you know, they do whatever they want. They don't really care about the facts.
We're dealing with highly deranged people.
Yeah, and as long as you're crying on camera through it and you believe it, you believe the lie, like George Costanza would say, it's all fun. It's fun and games.
It's very true. And it's LARPing, but it's becoming real life because you're actually engaging with federal agents. It's not just fun computer LARPing like it usually is. We have a bunch of clips. We'll go through them. Here's this woman getting thrown around by ICE.
This is a fun one.
step back.
Her husband or boyfriend tries to help.
They just take him away.
You get it. Guts out, humiliated. You kind of, when you lose track of where the line is, and then all of a sudden you're surrounded by the ICE agents, and you go, what? I'm not doing anything. And it's like, the line moved 10 minutes ago, lady. You're getting hauled out.
Yeah. Exactly. Once the confrontation escalates and becomes kinetic, then it's like, oh, I'm just a mom.
Yeah.
Which is our next clip. And then also, before we move on, that lady, when she got her arms pulled up, her gut was hanging out.
Yeah.
And then she comes in to pull her shirt down.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what you're doing, if you're a fat person and your shirt comes up, you got to pull it down.
You're tugging. You're constantly tugging on that shirt. It's got stretch marks in the shirt. But yeah, you got to have an underlayer. I'd recommend if you're a pig type liberal woman to like have some sort of skin tight Under Armour or like a body leotard so you don't get humiliated.
I used to do that in high school.
Yeah.
You wear a tight Under Armour type shirt and then you wear a polo and you look more buff than sloppy.
Yeah, from a fat guy to a fat libtard lady, take a little piece of advice.
Take the advice. Yeah. And it's cold. You could use more layers.
Of course.
All right, our next clip is the example we kind of mentioned where this woman engages and escalates with ICE, but when they catch her, she tries to play innocent.
So fuck you. making cute faces.
She just ran a red light.
She runs a red light. She's driving aggressive and erratically.
And we're going to fast forward to the moment where she gets pulled over by cops and she's kind of given up on the defiance, the oppositional defiant energy.
I will once again tell you, you have cases in danger. Put your vehicle in park and shut it off, please. I understand, but you are impeding. Look where you are at. You are almost causing an accident. You are surrounded by federal agents.
The other feds come up.
Director here, ma'am. Stand by. We're running the name. We're going to refer this case over for enforcement action.
I'm just a mom, please.
You got it?
Please, I'm just a mom, please. I'm just
Riley?
a mom. Yes, please. I'm just
You
a
are
mom.
just...
Take a deep breath. Don't try to run anyone over.
Yeah. And the officers don't want to arrest this woman. They don't want to take 3 agents and a trip down to booking. They just want to scare her into, please, 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 I'm a mom. I'm just a mom. Please, please, please. And it worked in this case, right?
Yeah, but before she was just a mom.
It was fuck you,
Fuck guys.
you're the Gestapo. And then when 2 masked guys jump out on you, it's please, please, please. please.
Just a mom.
So there's like a little bit of fantasy involved here. Everyone thinks they're like some sort of Tiananmen Square. I'm going to be the one who helps that inbred 74 IQ Somali keep getting away with his stupid scam, right? I'm going to stand and put my body, white woman's body, in between ICE and the Somali illegal, right? No. Yeah, please, wait, I'm just a mom. And it's weird, and it's very quick. So you understand, like, when someone goes from that, it would be like, fuck you, spit in your face, take me to jail. If a true believer versus, like, a LARPer or someone who thought, like, they could dip a toe in the water and play the game, right?
Yeah, it is. So you're exactly right. These are empowered women who are actually just LARPing. And I want to make a broader point here. You know that statue outside on Wall Street in front of the bull? The strong,
Defiant girl,
fearless girl, it's called. So here's the fearless girl statue, and it looks sick, and it's some little girl who's standing there proud and strong. And we look at it from the other angle. She's like facing the bull and looking really tough. But you start to think about what's really going on here, and that's why I wanted to make this next point, because it kind of applies to these protesters we're seeing in Minnesota.
The neat thing about art is that it is often seen from different perspectives. The artist of Fearless Girl intended it to send a message about workplace gender diversity and encourage companies on Wall Street to recruit women to their boards. The plaque below the statue stated, "Know the power of women in leadership. She makes a difference." For a more realistic perspective, it is a monument to the suicidal hubris of modern women and their inability to discern their actual abilities versus their inflated egos. Yeah. There's a child in the bull ring.
She's going to take on that bull. It's like, that bull's a couple thousand pounds, and he's
Help!
going full speed.
Help! Where are the rodeo
I'm
clowns?
just a kid.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, so women genuinely get one-shotted by shit like this.
Yeah.
You see Fearless Girl, and they go, wait, I'm not doing enough. And another piece, we're going to switch to the boomers soon, but I want to focus on this type of, like, younger mom who's kind of not really faced a lot of adversity or has some, job that she's not CEO of a Fortune 100 company or anything. She's just kind of like making ends meet being a mom. A lot of them have kids at home and are out doing this, like Renee Good, the woman who got shot after she tried to, I guess, run over that federal agent. But they have kids at home. I've seen videos of them bringing kids to the protest, little half a human shield. And they get some sort of like arousal from this. I don't want to make it sexual or anything, but there's like a little power fantasy going on where they think they're going to like defy it, and they have kids at home or they're bringing kids to these protests, right?
Very good point. So we're going to cover all those aspects when we get into our boomer section. But before we do, we have a very special message from Farmer Bill. Guys, big news from Farmer Bill's. The end of an era is upon us. After launching his new beef sticks, Farmer Bill is now retiring his jerky and biltong from the website as of January 31st. So now is the time to stock up. If his jerky and biltong has been part of your diet, there is a loophole for you. You can lock in access by subscribing. Farmer Bill will continue to make biltong for legacy subscriptions only, so lock in your subscription today. By subscribing, you lock in exclusive legacy access to all the flavors of biltong for life, and you can set it up to be delivered in increments as long as 8 weeks. Many don't know this, but Farmer Bill gives 1 to 3% cash back in Bitcoin for every dollar you spend. So by subscribing, you're actually stacking Bitcoin with every order, a true win-win. If you want a custom subscription for delivery for every 3 months, every 4 months, or every 5 months, just to lock in your access, you can email Farmer Bill. His email is contact@farmerbillsprovisions.com, and he'll get you set up with a legacy subscription, and you will lock in your access. To recap, after January, the website will only have beef sticks and tallow bombs, but if you want access to all the biltong flavors you love, subscribe today and lock that access in. Custom subscriptions are available. Just shoot him an email and he'll get you set up. And on top of that, you can save an extra 20% today by using code FLECKUS20 at checkout. So make sure you guys lock in your subscriptions or at least stock up on the biltong before it's gone January 31st, and get restocked on those beef sticks as well. If you haven't tried those yet, they are 10 times better than Chomps. I'm not just saying that. Better flavors, and they're made with American beef. FLECKUS20 is the code for today. Let's go support a Patriot show watcher owned business. Farmer Bill is the best. He's been supporting us for years, and the beef sticks are clean and incredible. Thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring. Let's get back to housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right, thank you to Farmer Bill.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Thank you, Farmer Bill. All right, we are in our Boomer Unhinged section from our Minnesota protest. First, before we do that, I want to start off with some stats. Can you give that a read, please?
Yeah, this is something we've covered on the show, but the percent of white liberal women in America on antidepressants, age 20 to 29, 45%, 30 to 39, 35%, 40 to 49, 29%, and 50 to 59, same 29%.
So it's a lot, especially those young people, basically half. And then when you think about who's taking birth control, you're probably up to like 75%. So all these people are taking crazy pills, and they're unhinged, and their hormones are all fucked up.
Hormonal birth control, right?
And their brains tell them to go play a hero in the streets of Minnesota.
Go play a hero in the streets of Minnesota. Marry that twink. That guy who can't protect you, marry him, because the hormones are all interrupted. You don't even know what to do. So honestly, at some point, it's not even your fault, ladies, but we are going to have to take away some of small rights. Just some small rights if you're on SSRIs.
That's the thing. It's not even your fault, but it should defer to now the man in your life needs to take over your agency because you're so retarded. Exactly. But they don't like that because feminism taught them the opposite. So they're empowered and they're offensive and they're on crazy pills.
And that produces videos like this.
If they're gonna murder us while calling us fucking bitches, then I think we need to be bigger fucking bitches. Fuck ice.
I think she did a fake rack. She did a fake racking of the bullet. And I saw someone else online say that these bullets were like full aluminum jacket, like the wrong kind of ammunition you'd want to use.
Classic.
Yeah. So that's what she's up to. Basically saying, this is how you get other libtards killed, right?
Why don't you go brandish that?
Yeah. Why don't you go aim it at them,
Hey,
right?
ICE, everyone needs to leave. I mean, it would just be Venezuela all over.
And so she's in the safety of her own bathroom, you know, while the husband tucks in the kids or something. There's some sort of busy work going on the side while she's LARPing.
But I take the federal agent 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
Next, we have some yelling boomers, and listen to how intense they are.
Goes on like that for a while.
Shoot me.
You want to shoot me in the face?
It's
like the pinnacle of a movie where like you're holding the gun and you say, if you think I could do this, then just kill me.
Shoot me.
And that's what these boomer Minnesotans are doing like for 5 days a week now.
And that wasn't just a one-off. We have another clip here of the same sentiment.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Go ahead. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me.
Very intense.
So they think they're going for like a moment where like, the camera's on them and wow, she's really ready to risk it all. But instead it just turns into like a screeching of shoot me. Not really helping, right?
Not really helping.
There's like logistics. There's things you can do.
Legal stuff where
Yeah.
it's like, well, you didn't serve the paper the right way or whatever. You can't get him without a warrant.
Come to my house. I'll help you guys. But the screeching. So it really is all about like showing your friends and posting on Facebook, right?
Big time. That's a good call. And then there's a training scenario going on at a Methodist church. These boomers are training on how to use their phones to film ICE detaining people.
Has already started, as we said. People have been doing the same thing. This was an event at a church there on Monday night. People acted out immigration detainments, and the rest of the room practiced filming them and making noise to call attention to them.
Practice filming them. You got to teach the boomers how to use their phone.
We got to teach the boomers how to scream when ICE is snatching someone, how to draw attention to it.
And that took place in a Methodist church, which I think is also where they have like the trans preachers and stuff and the women preachers.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, Methodist is nothing. That's just like a hollowed out church suit where a bunch of freaks get together and say it's a church, right?
Yeah, exactly. And there was an explanation I saw on Twitter I thought was very insightful.
To understand how grandma got here, you have to realize that Trump is the ex-husband they hate, the boss who told them no, the dad who told them studying poetry in college is dumb.
That's so true.
There's a representation going on there. This like fatherly, authoritarian almost, but I don't want to even give them that definition. But yeah, they all see some sort of past trauma in their life in Donald Trump.
So that's the key, and I'm going to kind of cook on this a little bit too. The women aren't the best at compartmentalizing. Mm-hmm. So when you have an event like this, they're active and engaged and passionate because they're stuffing all of their issues and baggage they've acquired for their whole life and all of the times that MSNBC has ramped them up. Mm-hmm. And they're focusing it all on ICE protests in Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is for anything that's ever happened to me. Right now, we got to stand up. Like, it's all an emotional thing, all one big wave. And men can kind of compartmentalize a little better where, like, you get into a crazy car accident or something happens to you when you're a kid. You can kind of just, like, individualize it and move on.
That one was bad luck.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that sucks.
That has nothing to do with this right now.
That has nothing to do with this. I'm not going to treat you any different.
For sure.
So there's something going on there where these women have like all these past grievances that are just bubbling up into one stew, and then they're just pointing it at the ICE protests in Minnesota. And this is for every bad thing that's ever happened to me.
That's so true. It's all one thing. It's all one issue, and it's like a snowball rolling down a hill, and they've accumulated so much other snow that now it's time to use it all on ICE.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks, and they think everyone agrees with me on everything. Like, they all know about all my trauma and stuff. So the boomers are something else than these younger women. Because they're more like, I just got to do my part. And these younger women are getting something out of it, right?
I hate when not my least favorite, but one of my least favorite types of boomers is like, I protested Vietnam and I'm protesting now.
Yeah. Didn't learn a thing, didn't change a thing, never helped.
So, like, you think, like, oh, I have to do this to stand up for democracy, even though I'm getting older.
Yeah, never grew up. Yeah.
And it gets also, like, vulgar and disgusting. Mm-hmm. I saw this picture here, and it says toilet here on someone's window. So I guess you could take a break from protesting and go do some piss play in someone's plastic room in Minnesota.
Yeah, what's a guy? He's got a tarp down, and he's the toilet. It's a human toilet, right?
That's what I'm assuming these guys are doing, this weird twink shit.
Yeah, because only an insane person would say, here, come blow out my half bath and try. You guys know how toilets get? So it's a human toilet, right?
I'm assuming.
Because you guys know how, you ever been to a festival or like even a big party that has those like trailers with the bathrooms that can come on? By the end of the night, like there's like a line of mud from people's footsteps. The whole toilet's pissed on. And this person's just nuking their half bath.
And in Minnesota, everything's wet and snow, so it's like mud and slush and dirt. Everything's disgusting.
Yeah, that's a real believer in the cause there. I wonder if I'd love to check in on that, see if they're still believers in the cause after one day of getting shitted in. Yeah.
Blowing out your toilet like that for strangers.
I know.
Crazy. And then we have a lady here who's engaging with the police or an ICE officer, and he's telling her not to make any bad decisions today.
If I continually see you following us, interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our cars, you have a very high probability of making a really bad decision and being arrested today, okay?
I think I'm making exactly
I'm not.
the right decision.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning?
I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
Whoa, bad
Okay,
decisions.
thank you.
That's funny coming from you.
Okay, alrighty, thank you.
So that's what they're up to.
Bad decisions. That's funny coming from you. The keys to looking confident when you're interacting with a federal officer is smug face, which she held the entire time, and then a quip. You need to quip back. Otherwise, you're not really playing to the full extent of the social media clip for ICE.
Hope this gets ICE out. And I don't know if you guys noticed, in her passenger seat, she has adult diapers.
Yeah, so she's got diapers so she can piss and keep harassing ICE.
And shit.
Yeah, and shit. I gotta say, it's hard to believe an adult would shit the diaper. I think it's just for piss. But some of these people get deranged. You never know.
So you can go piss your pants while protesting ICE and not have to leave. You just keep pissing and then you move on. And then when it's cold, does that wetness feel comfortable, you think?
No, it doesn't stay warm. It comes out warm, but it doesn't stay warm.
So
I know about that stuff.
You got about 5 minutes of warm.
Yeah.
And it feels kind of good for a few minutes. Then it gets bad. We have a tweet here I thought was very insightful as well.
Yeah, what's unfolding in Minnesota is a psychosexual drama where bored moms are begging big, strong men to throw them around.
I kind of understand that.
Yeah, maybe that description's a little heavy-handed, but there definitely is this component, I'm not afraid of you. And she's got the smug face, and she hits her little quips, but she would say, please, 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 I'm just a mom, please, 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 after the cameras were off or once they've isolated her alone or actually got her committing a crime, so...
It's very true. But there is an aspect there where they're kind of challenging the men to just throw them on the ground and zip tie them up.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't manhandle me, would you? With your vascular forearms.
Pull my hair.
Yeah, you wouldn't fucking dare. Gestapo.
And then while this is happening in Minnesota online, boomers continue to get one-shotted by AI videos.
You heard me. Finish up somewhere else. You're not welcome in my restaurant.
We're just eating.
Eating our food, our culture, and then you harass my staff, my neighbors. Hypocrites, cabrones. Go eat some unseasoned chicken somewhere else.
We're not bothering anyone.
Yeah, you heard me.
Wow, got him. The boomers like that.
I'm proud of this. Then why doesn't he have food on the table? The food did not look the best. Boomers are interacting with this genuinely. This visible AI.
Both sides.
That kind of loops. Yeah.
Both sides of the boomers are interacting with this AI video.
So we can bait the boomers. We can kind of occupy the boomers with a fake AI world.
That might be what AI is already doing, brother.
Yeah. I don't know some of these internet content creators, if they're even real.
Well, we're real.
But I think I just want to say, this section is all about women. And we had previously, or mostly me, I guess, made the prediction that I don't think they're going to get anything out of this. I don't think they have the juice anymore. And in Minnesota and with Renee Good, Mark Ruffalo was talking about it at the Golden Globes the other night. Really going crazy. Oh, here's my pin. Ask me about my pin.
Yeah.
They asked NBA coaches about it. Steve Kerr obviously had his 2 cents in about how they're killing people or whatever. They tried to ramp it up, but all we've got is some bored housewives and the boomers. So I don't think this is going to last or anything's really going to change. But it's fun to watch. This feels old school. The older white crowd, they just do the same thing over and over again. It's the pussy march all over again. It's joining with BLM, but then realizing, ooh, that got a little scary out there. I didn't really feel that safe.
Yeah.
And that's the energy that I think is going to happen where ICE is more scary than it is fun to intervene. Because ICE has teeth now. You just saw him shoot a woman in the face.
Yeah.
So they have tools, they have pepper spray, they're making arrests. So.
And they're very well trained. You're not dealing with a random cop in a city where stuff doesn't usually happen like this. These guys are trained for exactly this. And we actually have some stats here. So obviously these boomers are protesting ICE and the deportations they're trying to do. And we have a list of some of the deportations that have happened. And this is basically what they're protesting against.
Yeah, this Laotian illegal alien convicted of strong-arm sodomy of a boy and strong-arm sodomy of a girl with a deportation order since 2018. That's what these white women are out there making sure ICE doesn't get. A guy who sodomizes both sexes of children. Tu Vang, a Laotian illegal convicted of sexual assault and sodomy of a girl under age 13 and procuring a child for prostitution. Another Laotian convicted of strong-arm rape of 12-year-old girl and kidnapping a child with intent to sexually assault. dude, these are all Laotian. Laos, that landlocked country in Asia.
Bad instincts.
Bad instincts from Laos. Another Laotian, it's rape, child fondling, rape with a weapon, sexual assault of a child in DUI.
Homicide. 3 counts of homicide, convicted of homicide, another homicide. So these are the people that got rounded up.
Yeah.
And these are the people that the boomers and the protesters would rather not get rounded up and stay in their neighborhood.
Yeah, so it's this weird, vague world where, like, they don't understand or they only see one side of it, right? Like, their enemy, they know their enemy is ICE, but the other half of it, the ISIS battle, they're picturing like a dishwasher who's totally peaceful and who's very nice and sweet and, you know, just wants a good, honest living and has a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that it's ICE versus some really bad people, and they're just inserting themselves into this like good versus evil mission with like very strange results, and they don't know everyone who's on the court. Almost.
Yeah, they're inserting themselves, but they got it as wrong as you can get it.
That's what I think. Child rape? Like,
leave them alone.
Yeah, I brought my diapers for this. I brought my piss diapers for the child rapist. That's how wrong you are.
Isn't that crazy?
It doesn't make sense. And that's why it has to be SSRIs or it has to be some sort of fantasy, sexual fantasy driving this. I'm trying to rack my brain for why.
Yeah.
And there's no real answer, right?
And then we have another stat too. Obviously, this protest is all on the heels of the fraud going on in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Since 2022, almost 90% of people charged with felony fraud in Minnesota were Somali.
So they're just, the per capita numbers are fucking out of this world, guys.
And if you read that incorrectly, 90% of Minnesota Somalis are doing fraud.
Yeah. If you read that even half incorrectly, which I'm not encouraging you to do, but you can get to some insane numbers. 90% of Somalis commit fraud. You can get there. I'm not saying you should go there.
There's some Flegus math you can do to get there. Mm-hmm. And this is like what the Democrats are standing for now. This is who they're supporting, and they're obviously opposing ICE. And we actually have like a list here of other things that the Democrats stand for based on what the states are suing Trump for.
Yeah, so 4 Dem states are suing Trump to keep Somalians robbing Americans. 19 Dem states are suing Trump to give sex change operations to kids. 22 Dem states are suing Trump to hide voter data. 21 Dem states are suing Trump to give SNAP benefits to illegals. Sickening.
These guys are retarded.
Yeah. It's really out of this world. And I don't know if it's time to get into this, but like America is so on the brink of becoming a third world country right now. And it seems like one side is kind of like hell-bent on making sure we do go down the third world route. And if you think of the big pillars of like what you think of when you think of a third world country, it's like no infrastructure, no healthcare, right? Obviously the big ones. But there's always fraud in terms of money, like diverting funds, taking bribes, whatever. We're seeing that in America. Big government paychecks coming into no-show places. Voting is not trusted, and that's what we've seen in America with like absentee ballots, stuff like that. And then visa fraud or like immigration fraud. Anybody can come. Nobody knows who's coming and going. And so like those 3 big pillars like are stepping stones on the way for America to become a third world country. And we're already kind of like doing it.
Yeah.
That's the bad part. Like we say, we don't want America to become a third world country. And we're kind of almost halfway there with all this voter fraud and shit, these absentee ballots, little things. And so like those are the pillars that people attack, like finance, bribes, whatever, election integrity, and then who's here? Mm-hmm. Hodgepodge of citizens. So visa fraud, financial fraud, and voter fraud. Kind of trending third world already, right?
It's very true. And then when we cover this stuff, it makes you wonder, what are we doing this for? What's it all for? We want to take our country back. What does taking our country back even look like? Well, I found a clip of the opening of the Mall of America from 1992. And this is what Minnesota looked like back then.
The bargains are coming! The bargains are coming! Hear ye, hear ye! The mother of all shopping crowds was waiting as the doors opened.
Yes, shop till you drop. We are professional shoppers.
By noon, the 2 parking ramps were filled with 13,000 cars, and that sent the mall's war room into action.
We were able to divert to off-site parking properly and efficiently and effectively within 5 minutes.
There was
congestion. You hear that? all white cop men efficiently moved the parking in 5 minutes. It's unfucking-believable. And obviously it's all white people. It's all Scandinavians. It's what Minnesota used to be. And that's what we're fighting for. We don't want little Mogadishu in the Mall of America.
Now you're allowed to steal.
Yeah.
Now they let you steal unless it's over $1,000.
Yeah, under $950. Go ahead, brother. You make eye contact with a cop. Go ahead.
And you ever go to the mall?
Yeah.
It's all, I was trying to figure out why.
Brown.
It's all brown. And I realized that it's because a lot of times illegals don't necessarily have credit cards.
Yeah.
So they have to pay cash. So where do you buy cash? Not on Amazon, not online. You have to go to the mall like a dumb idiot.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So then you go to the mall and you look like you're in a different country. That's what I experienced over Christmas.
Okay, good. That's not quite like when we cracked the case of one time Fleckus had the question, who are all these black people talking to on speakerphone? And he asked me and I go, other black people. And he goes, oh. So,
that's why everyone's on speakerphone.
Because they're talking to each other.
He's on speakerphone, talking to another person on speakerphone. Yeah. It's very true.
It's not a closed loop. It's open-ended. Any black person you could be speakerphone conversing
So
with.
true.
Yeah.
And then this trend of protesting ICE and resisting deportations is obviously happening nationwide. This is a statement from the Philadelphia Chief of Police. Sheriff. And listen to what she says.
Good afternoon. I'm Rochelle Bilal, the sheriff for the city and county of Philadelphia. And I say her name, Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. This should not have happened, but we're here today. Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made-up ICE, probably Trump's new army to attack citizens of the United States.
Renee Good. It's like a religious thing.
Yeah, it is. It's
like
a mantra.
Chanting. It's Renee Good, and everyone repeats it. It's very weird. But not everyone was happy with that because some people online are saying the say her name trend is for black people only.
Hey, so I'm not trying to be rude at all, but say her name is specifically reserved for black women. That chant started as a direct result, and I remember because I was an organizer at the time. It started in the early days of the Black Lives Matter protests.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
But they're not happy because it's for black people only, which is my theory as to why these protests didn't get so out of hand and the city was burned, obviously because it's cold, but also because the woman was white.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it.
It's a white woman.
It's for sure part of it. And the victim determines who's there. So you get the libtard moms and the boomers. If it was some gangbanger, all the young blacks and Mexican kids would be out there. Different people have different competing agendas, and this one didn't have enough crossover appeal.
Not enough juice to get the NBA to take a knee about it.
Exactly. Steve Kerr will answer a question about it, but they're not taking a knee for you.
Yeah, they're not wearing the T-shirts.
And it there.
And then we have a picture here from Minnesota. One of the ICE agents is driving a car with a coexist sticker on it. I thought that was pretty good.
It's called urban camouflage. And we've seen them with the Mexican flags on the hood of the car, but right before they roll up some pendejos.
Yeah.
But coexist, that's good.
And we're going to round out this
They're
segment.
not dumb. They're not playing in a vacuum. You know, obviously if you find them out and follow them and honk your horn, they're found out. But they're trying to incognito your ass for a little bit.
Yeah, the cop car with the coexist sticker on it.
Very believable. Very believable.
Could be anybody.
Yeah.
And we're going to end the segment with some stats. ICE recruitment is way up.
Yeah, ICE recruitment campaigns doubled agency size with 12,000 hires in under a year. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials stated they received 220,000 applications and hired 12,000 additional ICE agents and officers in less than 12 months.
That's what I like. They were trying to get 10,000 new agents, and they blew past that. They hired 12,000 with more to pick from.
Yeah, we got the money. It's in the new big beautiful bill. So hopefully they ramp up, right?
So that feels good.
And I want to actually make one tiny piece before we move on. This sucks all the oxygen out of the room. Watching the women follow ICE, watching the cops and local mayor, governor, everybody shit talk you. But I've seen some numbers of ICE enforcement and deportations in like Memphis and in like the Houston and stuff. And it's a very different story when the red state governor and, maybe red city, probably not, It's a very big difference when you cooperate with federal enforcement agents and you don't
just do it.
Yeah, and you just do it. So that's why these kind of get most of the attention because of the resistance and the kicking and screaming. But they're happening in red states too. So I want to maybe cover that next episode or something.
Yeah, we'll look into that. You can look into that.
Because the numbers are good. The numbers are good in Texas, Memphis, like red states, right?
That's good. That's good stuff. And like we mentioned, all of this protesting is because of the Nick Shirley videos where they found out the fraud, which sent ICE, which sent the protesters, which got the lady killed. But we do have a zoom out here. This is nationwide. I found these stats about the NGOs from some of the big blue states. Can you give those a read?
Yeah, it just shows, I guess, how much money is flowing through an NGO on a given year. California NGOs, over 213,000 NGOs, $593 billion a year. New York has 132,000-ish NGOs, $445 billion a year. Minnesota has 41,000, $124 billion a year. New Jersey, 56,000, $113 billion a year. Washington, 44K, $140 billion a year.
So
just a few.
In California, what do you need 213,000 NGOs for?
They love charity. They love facilitating something. It's all they fucking do. Oh, and yeah, we like having the ability to change the payroll around and figure out who gets the money.
And collect all the ballots or whatever.
And get government, get the government grants. We want to be at the bottom of this pipe sucking up all that California taxpayer money, right?
So that's their playbook, which has been exposed in Minnesota. But bigger picture, that's what's going on nationwide, especially in these blue states. All these NGOs, this is their playbook. This is how they steal our money.
Yeah.
It's not good. So we're going to continue our migrant sections. We're kind of in the migrant section already. I wanted to start with a tweet I thought was pretty funny. Can you give that a read?
Yeah, from Pramila Jayapal. She said, immigrants didn't raise your rent. Immigrants didn't spike your premiums. Immigrants didn't rig the economy. Billionaires did. It's time to tax the rich.
So this tweet sounds good, but I'm actually going to go through point by point and tell you why it's not true. She says, didn't raise our rent. Well, 60% of rental demand growth in the U.S. was from foreign-born population. So they increase the demand and the supply goes down when they get apartments and houses. So they are to blame for the prices going up. So that's not true. They didn't spike our premiums. Many illegals, as you guys know, don't have health insurance or car insurance. So everyday people are stuck footing their bill, and that's why our insurance costs are going up when we subsidize them. Not true as well. And then the last thing, didn't rig the economy. As you guys know, foreign-born people, especially illegals, undercut wages. And they also claim welfare, which we end up paying for as well. So all of these statements sounded really good to tweet, sounded pretty powerful, but ends up being completely backwards and wrong, and completely wrong, actually.
Yeah, and for her audience, they just go, billionaires did it. Yeah, it's billionaires. I hate billionaires. And I'd also like to talk to the billionaires who lobbied really hard for total laissez-faire migration into this country. Those guys fucked us too.
Yeah.
But to act like 50 million foreign-born people in America has no impact and some billionaire is laughing while lighting a cigar with $100 bill and going, ha ha, I did that, is like retarded. And most smart, normal thinking people understand that, right?
Yeah, but the tweet sounded good, and that's what matters.
Yeah, she got 11,000 likes from retards.
All right, let's get deep into our migrant section now. First, we have a clip from your local Dunkin'.
What's up, bro?
Picking his toenails. Picking his toenails behind the counter. Classic.
And then you go, oh, you want some munchkins? Sure. And he starts grabbing them. Yeah. Here you go. Chocolate. Here you go. And he touches your donut holes with those foot hands.
Yeah. But you used the app to order ahead, so you never saw anything. And all of a sudden, you're eating toenail donut holes.
Toenail donut hole schlop.
Did I say tonut?
I think I did.
Okay.
All right, next, we have a clip of a Mexican guy who throws a rock at a kid on the school bus. Wait till you see his face at the end.
Arrest tonight after a rock the size of a baseball was thrown into a school bus in New Jersey, injuring an 8-year-old girl. That rock shattered a window on the bus as it traveled down the New Jersey Turnpike in Teaneck Wednesday afternoon, hitting the child's head, fracturing her skull. 40-year-old Hernando Garcia Morales of Palisades Park now faces charges, including aggravated assault.
Yeah, that's another guy we don't need here.
Yeah, Palisade Parks man throws softball-sized rock at child's head. And we've often talked about this in Urban. What is the possible like gain or reason for throwing a rock at a bus window at a child? There's not like, oh, there's an ATM in there. There's no, oh, I'm going to get $600 for this.
And it's 8 a.m.
It's love of the game shit, 8 a.m, trying to take a kid to school.
Are you blacked out? No, it's 8 a.m.
Maybe he is. Modelos from last night.
Yeah, a lot of Modelos. Speaking of blacked out, we have a blacked out migrant here who was sleeping behind the wheel.
Hey, man, you good?
Says that one time I saved a random from getting a DUI.
Hey, man, you gotta pull over. Find a parking lot, man.
So he's asleep.
You're gonna get DUI. Don't worry, man. I'm saving you from getting DUI. Well, park your car right over here.
Listen to the music.
My amigo. You're gonna wake up like, what the fuck?
So this guy saves him. He was asleep at a green light.
Yeah. Asleep at a green light, total DUI, and the guy goes, oh, I'm a homie, I'm a hero. I'll park him in some parking lot until morning so he can get a DUI and be blacked out and murder a small family again 3 months down the road.
And he does hashtag man of the year.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite, brother. Mm-hmm. And we have another DUI story that actually is more tragic. Can you read that?
Oh, yeah, this is actually old. It's from July, but this happened in Minnesota, and so that's why we're bringing it up right now. DHS, 2 teens would still be alive if not for sanctuary policies protecting a legal immigrant. DHS says sanctuary jurisdiction protected a legal alien who had previous drunk driving conviction and is now accused of killing 2 teens in DUI crash. The kids look like nice young kids. This is like a prom picture or something. And because of sanctuary policies and too many Modelos and too many Good Samaritans helping the visibly drunk guy pull over instead of calling 911, you know what I mean?
Citizen's arrest.
Yeah, drag him out. He's obviously whatever. But so, you know, the crazy white woman, they don't go crazy for something like this. The 2 teenage kids, even though this is like a tragic story, Romeo and Juliet shit.
True innocent.
Yeah.
2 kids killed, and the guy should have been deported, but he wasn't deported because of sanctuary city policies, and he's been arrested in the past for DUI. He does it again, and he kills 2 kids, and no one even hears about it.
Yeah. The Minnesota people, they go, wait, 2 young kids got killed by an illegal who was previously released because he had a DUI? No, it's not diaper time yet.
Yeah.
Diaper time comes when the lesbian gets shot.
Yeah, for trying to run over a cop. Yeah. All right, our last clip of our migrant section. This is I believe, the head of the Texas GOP, and he has a message for you.
God gave you life. God gave you liberty, and God gave you the duty to protect both. In Texas, that means you are inalienable, God-given rights to defend yourself, your family, your home, your property with the force, if necessary, shall never be questioned, licensed, or taken away. No red flag laws, no magazine bans, no waiting periods when seconds count.
Right on, brother.
We certainly don't want our rights taken away.
Yeah, we don't want our rights taken away. Listen to the Indian dwarf.
Listen to the Indian man with the podcast mic who somehow is tied up with the Texas GOP. Don't mess with Texas, brother. We're ethnically replacing you right now. But don't mess with Texas. These guys need to get out of leadership positions. Whatever's happening in Texas, Greg Abbott, you've been called out.
Yeah.
This fraud the H-1B fraud is worse than anything that's happening with Somalians. Somalians are just dumber and more viscerally maddening to the average American. But when we uncover what's been going on with H-1Bs in Texas, I think you're not going to look that good, Greg.
Yeah. And then this guy is like telling you about your Second Amendment right.
Doesn't fucking make sense. He can't say inalienable. He can't say inalienable.
But Vivek thinks that's good.
Yeah, he goes, hell yeah, brother, you're just as American. Actually, you're more American than all these whites.
Because you're standing up to the Democrats. You're more American. All right, well, now we are heading to the final page of housekeeping where I can say whatever I want. Use the opportunity to tickle the post. Help us juicy algo. Leave a like, leave a comment again, then start yapping. P.O. Box needs to be full. Notifications need to be on. Old episodes need to be watched, and the link to this episode needs to be sent to the group chat.
Okay, you're struggling a little bit.
Hey, good P.O. Box.
You're not tight.
There was a good Christmas P.O. Box last week or 2 weeks ago. I finally got it, and there was a lot of good stuff in there, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, final page where I can talk about whatever. Someone got on video a hole in the sky.
Was that a Truman Show hole? Like the dome, the Truman Show dome?
The thing is, you could tell it's fake because there's no water pouring out.
Okay, good. Good for you.
As above, so below, the ocean above, the firmament.
I'll move on quickly.
There should be water pouring out if that was authentic.
Okay, thank you.
We got some bad news for the Schizo Corner fans.
Top Loch Ness Monster Hunter says Nessie is fake after 52 years of searching. He says any sightings are ship wakes or other natural causes.
So we lost another one. We lost a guy.
I think that's good. This guy, it almost is sad, though, because he wasted his whole life, 52 years of searching, and he's finally blackpilling. 52 years.
He got the call.
No, I think he gave up, and then it's kind of a hard realization to say, hey, I wasted my life. Like, if I look back after doing this podcast for a while, I'm going to go, damn, I was right about everything. The fucking Houston's just Pakistani now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this guy, he kind of never got the yield. It's like the show Finding Bigfoot. They're 10 seasons in. It's over, guys.
You didn't find him.
Yeah.
And the thing about these monsters, Bigfoot, Nessie, Champ from Lake Champlain, they don't know that they need to hide from us.
Yeah. So it should be easy to catch them.
So you might just catch them like in the middle of the lake, just doing their thing, or like eating a fish and like laying out on the beach. They don't, you never catch them just casual.
Yeah, you ever see a bass move in the water towards like a minnow and strike, like to eat?
Yeah.
Even a bass who's like this big
makes some wake.
It creates a lot of wake.
You ever see a turtle?
Yeah. Dump it in, plop.
Or you go, oh, I want to find a turtle. And you go, all right, what do turtles do?
Let's check the logs.
He's laying on the log.
Yeah.
Oh, he's floating on the surface. Oh, he's over there in the marsh. I want to go find a giant plesiosaur.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know the names.
He's in the water.
Yeah.
He's by the shore. He's eating a fish. You'd see him do something.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find Bigfoot.
Body of water ones are even worse than Bigfoot. Yeah. There's one body of water. Everyone has to check at the same time.
And Bigfoot could be like an interdimensional thing where beings from other dimensions come into the Bigfoot body to go experience something and then they go back. So Bigfoot's a little different.
Okay.
The water ones, kind of made up.
Yeah.
All right, our final piece of the final page of housekeeping is a conspiracy about the San Francisco 49ers and where they practice. It's very interesting. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, this is from Peter Cohen, who has been posting this on, I believe, Substack. But he said low-frequency electromagnetic fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at levels regulators call safe. We have a real-world case study proving this, an NFL team whose practice facility sits next to a massive electrical substation, and that team is the San Francisco 49ers, who happen to be statistically the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade. Since moving to Levi Stadium in 2014, top 5 in adjusted games lost for 10 of 11 seasons, 7 to 8 full Achilles/patellar ruptures. The league average is 2 to 3 a year total. And George Kittle actually just tore his Achilles in the last game.
So add that.
40 major hamstring/calf tears, high ankle syndesmosis injuries every single year. I don't even know that word. No other franchise comes close. And so, yeah, I mean, we don't want to go piece by piece through his evidence, but basically the thesis is there is an electrical substation that is injuring. Oh, I guess I'll read this. He went to the 49ers practice field with a Gauss meter at 11 a.m. on a quiet Monday, well below peak load. It read 8.5 milligauss at the far edge of the field. Inside the facilities, weight room, film room, recovery areas, potentially 10 to 25 milligauss, spiking higher during peak grid demand. So peak grid demand, when everyone's home at night and stuff.
And the typical background exposure is 0.5 to 3 milligauss.
Yeah. So they're getting 10x.
They're getting 10x, and now everyone's hurt. And that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And it's not a real schizo corner thing because the low frequency energy substations or whatever, like that's real. You told me about that like a week ago.
Well, I was just saying, I asked him, did your parents try to avoid living near power lines? When, I remember specifically my parents searching for a house in early 2000s and being like, no, we're not doing that. The power lines are back there. And they didn't really know anything.
But they knew something ain't right.
But they're just like, I don't want to be near that. So some decisions were made, I guess, even the instincts of my parents.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, our first clip of Cringe of the Week is this melting pot twink trying to explain to us what immigration's all about.
I don't know. I think if you voted for him and you're like such a fan that you're wearing his merch out in public, like just like all over your body, I don't think you get to go to the sushi restaurant. I don't think you get to go to the Mexican restaurant. I don't think you get to participate in Cinco de Mayo. I don't want to see you with a little sombrero over your head. I just don't think that's for you anymore. That's not the world that you want. That's not the country you want to live in. My husband and I went to sushi tonight. We're sitting there, we're having a good time, and then in comes big old Trump, like head to toe Trump supporter. I'm sitting there like eating. I look up and the guy's just like glaring at me. Why are you here?
His husband.
My husband, this theatrical, histrionic, gay guy, casually drops his husband 40 seconds into the video. Didn't need that.
Yeah, and this is how you would talk if you were like viewing the world through like a Real Housewives drama lens.
Yeah,
like everything's like this like catty gay thing to get excited about, but it's actually real life.
Yeah, you're not invited to Tina's party because you disrespected her last week. It's like that energy for a guy who likes MAGA. And why don't we go in the back and see how many illegal Mexicans are folding the forks and knives together and cleaning the dishes, right?
Yeah.
Let's look under the hood a little bit of who's serving this gay twink and his husband.
And it's funny, too, because we talk about how like it's cliche at this point, how the Democrats see immigration as like, oh, you try all these different restaurants. Pierce Morgan had that where I like curry now. And, you know, there's one restaurant on here, a restaurant there. You think that's what all the 100 million foreign-born people are doing here?
All the best chefs are white. All the best chefs are white, and then like tier 2 is like Japanese guys who go hard.
And have rules.
Yeah, and have a demanding kitchen experience. And you treat your knives a certain way.
And you spend years just polishing the spoons.
Yeah, but it's like treating politics like the gay women you see on TV is not really how we're doing this, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I was very repulsed by that video.
Yeah, me too. And then his smacking of the gum made me kind of itch inside.
Yeah. Guy reminded me of, who's that gay black guy? Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
Same content, different politics, I guess.
Walk with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the meme writes itself. You're making like a defense. You're going against MAGA to defend the immigrants, the illegals, and your number one thing and your number one weapon in your arsenal is the sushi restaurant. We've had sushi restaurants for 100 years.
There's not 50 million Japs here with no paperwork, brother. And there's also a certain thing like, it's my country. I can go wherever the fuck I want. Notice the gay guy waits to film himself at home instead of confronting the MAGA man.
Yeah, you should have confronted him.
It might all be made up. This might all be some fantasy for him.
It probably is.
Yeah.
He wants the MAGA guy to throw him around.
He wants to get... Oh, I almost said something that couldn't.
Yeah, we got to
tone it down. He wants to toilet here, the MAGA guy. Yeah. He wants to be the MAGA guy's toilet.
Real piss play shit.
Piss play, dump shit.
Caught you.
Disgusting.
All right, next. I don't really have much for this next clip, but I just never seen anything like it. Growing up, you might here and there get stuck if you're on the wrestling team, wrestling a girl or something.
Yeah.
And it sucks and you don't want to do it. Wrestling a gay guy, never heard of it, never seen it until now. So they just finished the match, and look who you lost to.
He's strutting around like it's...
And he likes the outfit. He probably enjoyed rolling around on the mat with you.
He always shake his hand, and then he does a little move.
And that's who you lost to. That guy, sad. His dad, sad.
Yeah.
You go home, and how was your wrestling match, honey? Well, I'm glad you didn't go, Mom.
I got stunted on by a twink. This twink ripped me.
That's brutal. Next, we have a story out of California. It's about trams. There's like a Ukraine immigrant family who are now having issues because they're refusing to turn their daughter into a boy.
Yeah, this is from Redux. A Ukrainian family in California has lost custody of their daughter after refusing to allow her to medically transition to a boy. Speaking to Redux, the parents say they were also entered into an abuse registry by Child Protective Services.
This is one of those things where in the 90s, it would have been the opposite. If you were going to turn your daughter into a boy, you'd be on the abuse registry and you'd be getting in big trouble and you might lose your kids because you're doing something crazy. But for some reason, it all flipped over the last 20 years.
Yeah, and this wasn't, we initially thought this was going to be like they fled the war in Russia to come here to get their daughter taken away. It wasn't that. These people immigrated in 2007. But I don't like it. Realize now that we're at the point where in certain states in the U.S., they say the lines like, oh, in Soviet Russia, they tell you you have extra crop they take. Like, you know, those stories of like the weird dystopian home country that someone immigrated to America used to have. Oh, back in Poland under communist times, you know, and then they'd say the most horrible shit ever.
They take all of our milk.
Yeah. In North Korea, they have fake grocery store. Now we have our own version of that. In California, they take your children away. You don't make him boy. Like, if you have an accent to it, it's the same story we've heard over and over. But now we have that.
It's bad. It's dark. And it's actually worse.
And
in those countries, all right, you don't eat.
Yeah.
That sucks. But
in America's everything's good.
It's like, here we have food, but they force your daughter to become a boy. That's like, I'd rather not eat than have to deal with that.
Believe it or not, 20 pounds of ground beef at Costco, $50.
Not
or whatever it is.
That part's good.
You know, he goes, yeah, it's an interesting play on the story. They take your daughter, turn her into a boy.
Plenty of food, though.
But Costco, very nice. Costco, great.
All right, next we have a new barbecue tip that's been going viral. It's called cooking the hot dogs in the plastic.
No, not sous vide.
It's going to come back in a few minutes, and the motherfucker's going to be bubbling inside the pack. So, you know, just stand by. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back. So, you can see the edges of the wrapper is burning. That is okay. As long as it ain't like melting, you're fine. But if we zoom in, you see it's going to be juicing and bubbling on the inside. It's going to be cooking this hot dog on the inside of the pack. So in a few seconds when we return after this short break, you're going to see all the little bubbles and you're going to see the juices being absorbed and sucked inside of the hot dog. So just stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we're back. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, now check this out. Get your phones ready. Start screen recording. Do whatever you got to do because this shit finna be epic, boy. It's going to be some shit you ain't never seen before. Look, now inside the pack, you see the juices. It's bubbling. It's cooking. It's filling up with juices. So when you bite into it, it's so juicy. So look at it. Just look at it.
So we all know about microplastics. Mm-hmm. This is macroplastics.
Yeah, this is just like eat some of the plastic and let your bloodstream break it up into microplastics. Yeah. You're allowing it to work. And I can't help but think that this is the solution to some sort of borderline retarded problem that a dumb person would have. Like, man, my hot dogs keep falling in the grill, falling on the coals. And instead of putting them perpendicular, instead of parallel with the grill grate, he goes, what if I put the package on?
Yeah, it's hard to wrangle all these hot dogs. What if I poison everyone at the party?
Yeah, and then not only that, but I'm going to teach others how to do it. So that and then the cycle completes, right?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not a hot dog.
Marquise, these are great. How'd you do it? Ah, shit, I grilled them in a wrapper.
Grilled them in plastic.
Oh, okay.
And then the hot dogs too. It's like, have you ever had a hot dog and you thought, oh, I wish this was juicier?
No.
Do you even want it to reabsorb all the hot dog water in the plastic?
Yeah, the extraneous pieces of pig that have been lumped together into one casing.
It's all cooked already. You just need to heat it up.
Yeah.
Put some grill marks on it.
Mm-hmm.
So something bad there.
Instead, he got some plastic marks on it instead. I don't know. He was happy, though. He was proud. That's my favorite. It's like
he figured something out.
Yeah, he cracked it. He's excited to share with the class.
Yeah, call Oscar Mayer and say, hey, I have a new technique for cooking your hot dogs. They'll go, no, you can't do that.
Sure, please.
You need to sign this right now.
How many people did you feed? I'm on the other line with the CDC.
We cannot encourage this at all.
We need the home address of every attendee at the cookout. You keep calling it a cookout. It was a mass poisoning event, sir.
That is, yeah. Now they have to put it on the label.
Yeah.
There's going to be what's it called? A callback,
Recall.
a recall, where they're going to have to redo all the labels and say, "Do not cook these in the plastic."
Black people are always talking about who's invited to the cookout. He can come to the cookout. Oh, he ain't invited to the cookout. All right, man. You guys are eating plastic at this shit? You guys are eating plastic out there? 2 T-bones, a rack of Italian,
and
then
some horrible looking burgers.
Yeah.
And then the plastic right over the flame.
You guys can keep the cookout. I'm having dinner with my family. It's a different thing.
All right, our last clip of Cringe is kind of a catchy song, I'm not going to lie.
Cookie, chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. Chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. My Oreo, my chocolate Oreo. I love the creamy filling in my chocolate Oreo with milk. Faster. Chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. Chocolate cookie, yum, yum, yum. My Oreo, my chocolate Oreo. I love the creamy filling in my chocolate Oreo with milk.
Just about to go the fastest at the end.
Yeah, we've seen the chorus twice. I think the with milk is an extraneous line. You don't need with milk. It knocks the whole flow off the song. What do you think as a songwriter?
Yeah, and I was going to kind of prepare some things to say, but that song's been in my head all weekend, so I'm issuing a pass.
Yeah. You've been freed. There's no cringe here. Nice song. You know what to do. You know what problems you're facing, and you can
go work out a little bit.
Yeah, go for a walk, 10,000 steps a day. That's it.
But the song
stays. All right,
pass has been issued.
All right, well, that's very rare to get a pass in Cringe of the Week.
We did one for Christmas, and we do one now. I think we do one a quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
So
that one for Christmas, it wasn't much of a pass from me. That was more of a one-way pass from you.
Good. Well, that's the end of Cringe. Now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, our first clip of Urban Decay takes place in Los Angeles. This was the scene at a bar after the Bears beat the Packers. Throwing the chair, broke the chair, jumping around, pushing people. Guy's got no shirt on and a very high butt crack. People are trying to stop him. He can't help himself. Shirtless guy still running.
Security's immediately on the scene. But what does he do?
And he throws the chair again. No one's wrestling him down. And he's going crazy because his sports ball team won.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's not...
He's even being disavowed by this other YN.
And you can tell it's not AI because the perpetrator is black.
Yeah.
So this is not AI, I don't think. And I want to do a little true or false with you here.
Okay.
This might sound offensive, but it's either true or it's false. I'm not saying it's real.
Okay.
True or false, this is how a gorilla would act.
True.
They run around like kind of squared up to you and they throw things and then they run.
True.
And they throw things and they run. And then even the throw. You ever see the gorillas? They throw and they kind of... They kind of like toss.
It's loose. No follow through.
They just throw it up and then they kind of move around. They throw it up and then they move around.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing here.
Okay. So true. Anything else?
No, that's it.
One list. That was one true or false question. Imagine if they'd lost.
That's so true. Even when...
There'd be a shooting.
Yeah.
I think.
Even when it goes their way, they still need to ruin something.
Yeah. And this is like why you don't really go to the public bar in LA anymore when there's urban youths around. Like, you just get your experience ruined by some fucking idiot, right?
Mm-hmm. And then if you like wrestled him down and put your knee on his back until the cops got there,
all of a sudden
you're getting knocked out.
You're viral online for something you didn't do.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of the Bears-Packers game, this is pretty cool. Rapboy's got his 15 minutes of fame here. He went home. Rapboy's from Chicago, as you guys know, and he went home for the Bears game, and he got on TV. Check that out on Prime. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, the classic Bears jacket. There's me.
And you're going like this?
Yeah.
Wow.
You see the similarities between me and Rapboy?
Yeah, that's you.
So,
very cool. Rapboy's on TV.
Sometimes you get a doppel that doesn't go your way.
I saw that, and I was like, we were watching it on TV.
Yeah, we were watching
and
the
I
game.
said, ooh, it's going to be a couple minutes until we start hearing about
Until that's
this.
on Twitter.
And then on Twitter, it's Rapboy Doppel. Rapboy, he's at the Chicago Bears game. Caught
we saw,
Rapboy.
guys. We knew.
Within 90 seconds, we were getting notifications on Twitter.
In Chicago, there's probably 100 Polish guys who kind of look a lot like me.
Unfortunately, some of them are a little fat in the face.
Yeah. Hey, you're close. You're close. And I'm not even at the end goal.
Yeah.
Come along, brother. If you see this, come along.
There's like that guy, then there's Rap Boy, and then there's the goal for both of them.
I know. We're still both one step away, or at least one step away.
For you. Yeah. All right, next we have a brawl in 6th Street. This is in Austin, Texas. As you guys know, we've covered these street fights before. 6th Street, Austin, Texas is like mayhem when everyone gets drunk.
It's a no-go zone.
Ass and titties out.
Acting like men.
Not much endurance. You get tired.
I know.
When you're swinging like that, and you got someone pulling your hair and on top of you. They weren't training for this.
And then you zoom out and you see the crowd, and it's all like minorities. And I don't see one person I would even reasonably hang out with for an hour. Like there's one maybe white kid who I'd be like, all right, man, come on, let's go do this. Mm-hmm. Let's hang out for the court-mandated time. Get it over with. You're not going to rob me or anything.
But he seems like a type who might drunk drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I will hang out. Are you good to drive?
Yeah, man, whatever. I do this all the time.
So there's no one you'd ever want to hang out with, and that's Austin, Texas.
That's what's going on in downtown.
So if you're not
Austin.
Indian, you're some sort of Hispanic street brawler instead.
Crazy.
With your titties out and your ass.
Disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful. It makes you black-pilled in a way because it's like, oh, we're going to save the country. So these people can, they don't even know what's going on.
Can have it or something.
You know? Not good. All right, let's get to our random attacks section. This is what we talked about in the intro where there's a lot of crimes that were done and the perpetrators were black, so we didn't hear about them. Can you read the first one?
Yeah, just another day in a life. Harold Harper, age 64, was killed point-blank range in his yard while gardening by Isaac Toy, total stranger. Ocala, Florida, 4 days ago. Zero national outrage, zero protests, of course.
Harold Harper.
Yeah.
Harold Harper.
Harold Harper, say his name.
Say his name, you know?
Harold Harper.
Innocent
guy. We need some boomers going nuts over this.
You'd think they would. And then our next story, we'll kind of cover that, but our next story is same situation.
Yeah, on Wednesday afternoon, 25-year-old Caitlin Stoop was on her way to work at Sweet Green in Houston when Braden Smith boarded the bus and spotted gang rival Patrick Scott. Smith was out on probation for attempting to commit aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. Scott was out on reduced bond for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. They began shooting at each other with guns they're not legally allowed to have. They missed each other and instead shot Caitlin in the head, killing her. Smith has been charged with the murder, but Scott faces only a misdemeanor charge of unlawful carrying of a weapon. And obviously, there's been no media coverage of this.
Now look how sad this is. These are the two guys. This is the nice girl.
Two guys both on some version of parole.
Yeah. Both having illegal guns. So the gun control side you'd think would be gathering together to protest this, but no, they only want to take your guns away, lawful citizens.
And then the girl is working at Sweet Green, not a high-paying job, taking public transportation to get there. And this is the monkey business she finds herself in the middle of.
Truly innocent. Yeah. And there's no protests, no signs, no condemnation from elected officials, no news coverage.
Yeah.
And I was thinking...
Another sweet young white girl who's just trying her best, who's not like affluent enough to avoid these people.
Yeah.
Absolutely killed. Sacrificed at the altar of black people worship?
Pretty much.
That's what I'd call our correction system, right?
Yeah.
Anything you can do to get a black person out. That's what our justice system boils down to in certain cities, right?
And it's so frustrating because we had like the police chief in that video where she's saying the name of
her name.
Renee Good or whatever. She starts off the press conference with like, this is an outrage. This is something that shouldn't have happened. Like she starts saying these things that you could apply to this.
Yeah,
this is an outrage. It's something that shouldn't have happened. These people should have been in jail. This is something
exactly. In the Renee Good case, no one was there who should have been serving 8 months behind bars instead. No one had gotten released by an activist judge for something. Like there are genuine, this should not have happened. Like this should not have happened logistically. And then there's this should not have happened actions-wise, right? And sometimes when we're talking about stories for Urban Decay, it's a combination of both. Like that guy shouldn't have ran into that guy, and he shouldn't have even been out of prison.
Yeah.
The Renee Good one, I guess she shouldn't have slammed on the fucking accelerator when her lesbian husband told her to.
Yeah, don't drive into cops.
Yeah.
So that's the sad part, where we have the ability to be outraged, but the only people using the outrage are using it for the thing that needs the least bit of outrage.
And boomers have been desensitized to black on white violence like this for their entire life.
Yeah.
Since the Civil Rights Act of 1964 or whatever it was.
Not one person talks about that story.
Crazy.
Except for us.
Yeah.
All right, we have
and
another
the right wing in general.
Yeah. And we have another story here. Police need help finding this killer from 3 years ago.
Yeah, this is from CWB Chicago. Nearly 3 years after a bicyclist was beaten to death with a road sign and his own bike in the South Loop, CPD has released a picture of the killer. Now they need to figure out who he is.
Wonder why they didn't release the picture earlier.
And then they waited until the greatest comeback game in the history of Bears versus Packers rivalry on a playoff weekend to say, hey, we also need help with this homicide 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then a particularly heinous homicide where you use someone's bike and a road sign to beat him shows you're like capable of crazy shit. And for some reason, they don't share this pretty clear picture of a guy until he's had 3 years to change his appearance. I don't know what happened there. What went down there?
I think 3 years ago was probably 2022, which was close enough to George Floyd, where they're saying, we're not really going after the black criminals.
I guess that could be true. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the picture. We all know what he looks like. Yeah. We have another random attack in the Loop in Chicago with the pipe as well, but this is more recent.
Yeah. This man randomly attacked a man with a pipe in the Loop, and the victim suffered facial fractures, lost teeth, and required multiple reconstructive surgeries. The perpetrator, it was his 57th arrest, but his plea deal will not require him to spend a single day in prison. And I think that's a little misleading. It's because he had time served, like he was in jail for the duration of this. So, but there was no additional time. So let me read that first. Thorne has resolved his case by pleading guilty to a single count of aggravated battery causing great bodily harm. Judge Joanne Rosado sentenced him to 4 years in prison. However, after receiving credit for 752 days he spent in jail and the standard 50% sentence reduction, he will not spend any additional time in prison. So it's not like quite like that, like he was in jail, but like a 57 repeat offender and you go 4 years. And then, of course, there's the mandatory 50% reduction that happens. And so it's 2 years for a guy of 57 creating permanent damage with a pipe.
But you did permanent damage, beat someone in the head with the pipe, reconstructive surgeries, basically changed, if not ruined, their life.
Yeah. So here's
another. You were in prison for a few days. You don't have to serve any time.
Yeah. Here's another thing that we're constantly talking about on the show is like aggravating factors, right? Like if you assault an elderly person, that's an aggravating factor. If you're a man who assaults a woman, that should be more time.
If it's a random person.
If it's a random attack, you should have more time. This was at 9:45 in the morning. He's doing random pipe attacks, right? We showed the illegal from earlier throwing a baseball-sized rock into a little girl's school bus around 8 a.m. These early time of day things should add a level of instability to the prognosis on your character, right? This guy's clearly fucked up at 9:45 in the morning for no reason. He's piping people. Sounds like a weekend at Martha's Vineyard with Rob.
Yeah.
But, you know, the piping people at 9:45 is crazy, dude. Like, this is an extra level. So, like, elderly, a stranger crime, all these aggravating factors, it should all add up to more. And instead, a judge goes, well, after the 50% minimum, you're free to go.
We owe you time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Actually, she starts licking off hundreds to pay this guy.
Yeah. Next time you get in trouble, you have a credit built up.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just kind of depressing, guys. Every week, repeat offender. Every week, someone who has an iceberg of arrests. And every week, some nice young blonde girl like this girl worker just gets fucking killed for some idiot beef.
Crazy.
Should
and
be
all
enough.
the gun control people.
Yeah.
They always get mad. Wouldn't you get... He shouldn't have had a gun legally. He was
Neither
a felon.
of these guys were allowed to have a gun. Your head should explode. Mark Ruffalo or whoever the fuck is arguing for what on your side.
So true.
Yeah.
Well, at least Rat Boy got on TV at the Chicago Bears game.
Thankfully, we have that, brother.
Let's not get too down. Let's not get too depressed. Let's move on to Uplifting Gold, where we have uplifting stuff today. First clip is a funny live music performance at an outdoor bar.
If I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
And the guy was like attached to the stretcher, so it sounds like or looks like he was maybe like a violent street rat type. They had to restrain.
Getting carted off for alcohol poisoning against his own wishes. Yeah.
With no shirt on.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
All right. Okay. Next clip. Is it going to be 3 guys kissing instead of 2?
We're not doing anything like that.
Oh.
People get mad at that. I apologize last
Did people
episode.
get mad?
Yeah, people was like,
On the new one?
This show's for gay people.
It really is.
It is a joke.
All right.
You know?
Next clip. I don't think you have much. It's a joke. Maybe once. You can't do it's a joke. Here's more gay guys.
But did you see those 2 guys kissing? That was hilarious.
All right, let's go.
All right, next Uplifting Gold clip. Coffin in the back of the car going to McDonald's drive-thru.
Drive-thru in the hearse with somebody in there is absolutely incredible. Oh, what is this? Macca's run with the fucking hearse.
That's kind of not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
One last drive-through.
You know, that's for the guy. That's for the driver. That's not for the dead guy.
Oh,
He's got to eat too.
Interesting.
You know?
You think he was that hungry? You couldn't just drop off?
He had to. He had a busy day. That was his 3rd drop off. When am I supposed to eat? I bet you it's not really policy to try to do that, but when you have to, you have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
You need your nuggies and your Big Mac.
Okay.
You ever had McDonald's in a while?
Yeah. I had McDonald's recently.
I haven't had McDonald's.
I was enjoying it.
In maybe a year.
Really? Good for you.
Yeah. Well, I had Burger King instead.
Yeah, you have other fat fuck shit. It's not like you cut it off. I like McDonald's. I'm a McDonald's enjoyer. I like a Big Mac. I like the Big Mac sauce. You know.
Yeah.
I
Big
like
Mac
the sundae.
sauce. Yeah, Big Mac's good. All right. Our next clip is a 91-year-old who's ripping out a giant tree stump, and he refuses to use tree stump grinders.
So my neighbor hired this man to remove the stump. He's 91 years old. Never been more impressed in my life. Check out the way he removes this. He digs out the whole stump and then lifts it out.
We can fast forward to where they interact. Look how much work he did.
I found out a branch that I could disconnect there. Yeah, it's interesting.
This is what he does for a hobby. He doesn't believe in stump grinders. He likes to do it this old school way that he was taught when he was a kid. He's done several of these this year.
Isn't that great?
He does it for fun. He's 91 years old. Good for him.
I mean, there's a technique. I guess you cut the roots and then pull it out.
Sounds good to me.
Rings true.
I don't know why you'd be opposed to the stump grinder, though. That thing goes quick.
Yeah. And if you're not opposed to the stump grinder, would you be opposed to a younger, more physically able worker?
I don't know.
But it keeps them alive.
Yeah. This isn't about efficiency. When you hire the 91-year-old tree stump remover, it's not about efficiency. It's about almost charity.
Yeah,
Helping
that's
out
very
an old
nice.
guy.
All right, our last clip of the show, our Pure Americana clip of the week. There was a little kid hockey thing where they had like an intermission in the main game and they let the kids play, and look what happened.
These kids want to fight, you know?
Goalie comes flying in. Everyone gets involved.
All right,
and they let him fight.
Yeah, the
and
refs
there's no
let 'em do it.
and there's no one stopping them.
Are there just no refs out on the ice for
I
this?
think there was no refs because the real refs are for the real game.
And the kids
And
realized
the coaches probably are on shoes.
Mhm.
So they kind of like just had a full brawl and couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's good stuff.
All right, well, that's the end of the show. We do have an announcement. There's not going to be a bonus land tomorrow because we have a special coming out on Saturday, the Fleckus MTV Crib special, where I'm going to be showing you guys my crib and how I live and all the stupid shit I have in the style of an MTV Cribs episode.
Smart.
So we're going to be shooting that this week. It's all finished, and we're going to be releasing that on Saturday. So if you want a massive backlog of content, 30-minute bonus lands, there's tons of those. And if you want to see the MTV Cribs special, sign up because that's going to be dropping this Saturday at 11 a.m. on fleckistalks.com. And we do have a birthday.
Who is it?
Happy birthday to Spencer, who turns 37 on January 12th, yesterday.
Spencer the man?
Spencer the man. He's a very hardworking man. He has a beard, and he provides for his family of 7. He has 4 daughters and 1 son.
Whoa.
And the whole family watches the show together.
Happy birthday, Spencer. How young are those kids? You make them leave the room for some of these clips?
They don't know what's going on.
All right, just checking.
They don't know what's going on. So happy birthday to Spencer. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you and your family. You are a hard worker, and everyone appreciates you. You provide for that big family. That's the American dream.
There you go.
All right. Well, God bless you guys as well. Thank you for watching all the way through. FleckisTalks.com for that MTV Cribs coming out on Saturday. Make sure you guys watch some old episodes. Support our sponsors.
Okay.
And that's it.
There you go. End of the episode.
That's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you on Friday.
We're headed the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Facts talk, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Facts talks, we're still kicking over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Facts talks, and actions speak louder than words. Facts talks, but at the same time.
Why are you here?